comes to Eltharion. It is my duty, our duty, to endure. Stand with me. For as long as I still live. For Yvresse will never fall.
Welcome on back everyone to Total Warhammer 3 in part 22 of our legendary Eltharion the Grand Immortal Empires campaign. Our crusade against Clan Rictus continues. Here with Eltharion we are going to be facing down a pretty large force. Our resolve is going to allow us to clap them into orbit, but I figure we need a little bit more training against kind of these late game armies that Skaven are able to field, allow us to beat them in the future. So we've got a, I don't know if this is a Screaming Bell or a Plague Cauldron. This is a Plague Cauldron? Legendary Force is not going to allow me to know, but it's the one that the hero gets instead of the Lord. So not quite as good, but still a pretty terrifying bit of machinery. They've got their Warp Lightning Cannons, which I won't lie, I really do wish at this point in time that the Skaven had some miscast chance on their artillery. It would make playing the Skaven extremely obnoxious, but for this battle only, I would take some miscast chance for the boom booms. We've got ourselves kind of a checkerboard setup. Plan is going to keep these trees between us and the artillery. We are going to take a few hits on our Silverin before we start here. I'm just going to get Eltharion in there and have him shut down those artillery. We know how dangerous they are even against the likes of him, but he has his Radiant Gem of Hoa, so we can kind of double up on the healing with the Apotheosis. So him plus our Knights of Torgaval or our Phoenix here should be able to sneak in and deal with those artillery pieces pretty quickly. That's the hope. They do have a couple of rattling guns, but I think our Sentinels of Astrel should be able to outrange them, so let's do the thing. My plan is, off the bat, just have Eltharion move forward. Arcane Phoenix is off to the side, because they actually do have some chance to regenerate health if they lose too much. Beautiful. They have the, what is it exactly called there, the Phoenix, the Fiery Rebirth. So if they draw too low in health, less than 10%, they have a chance of just dying, but they also have a chance of not. So, we'll take it. As Eltharion gets shot in the face with a bit of lightning. Have him and the Phoenix kind of go to the side. I have my Reavers off. I can't micro everything all at once, so we'll just make sure we're being clever with it. Keep those Phoenix moving around the sides. It's going to swoop you around those trees. Alright, Eltharion, now that you're on the other end, let's go ahead and drop... You with your Starwood Staff. You go ahead and drop the Quench towards these cannons. And that's Arcane Unforgiving. I keep calling it Arcane Unforgiving. I mean, they're in each other's way. That was a pretty good initial hit. Dodge that. Eltharion, nope, Stormwing's having a hard time. And they do have some pretty scary units up front here. Eltharion, go ahead and give yourself heals.
Empowered by vengeance.
Throw the Phoenix on back. Let's go ahead and land in the back line here. Try to draw them in. Let's go ahead and have you land on these rattling guns. It might be just a little bit slow with the cast. I took out a few of their artillery. Yeah, Phoenix, get in there. We'll drop a good old rockfall on these. Phoenix, get up in the air. I want you to use your little fire ability. Yoink. Alright, Eltharion's got those scared off. I realized that our troops are likely in melee. I try to set everyone up over on the side in a way that they can easily defend themselves, so should they get attacked. Lyrian Reavers, come on out. How are Eltharion and the Phoenix doing? I mean, pretty decent. Rattling guns are going to start kicking in too. Let's go ahead and have Eltharion chase them down. We do need to watch to draw them back towards our line if we can. Alright, Phoenix, if we can get you back up in the air, that'd be beautiful. Don't know that it's going to happen. Alright, Knights of Torgaval, I am sending you out now to try to catch this Doom Wheel, which is eager for Doom. As one would expect. And more rats summon in on our Skyhawks, which are more than capable of defending themselves. I'm going to go ahead and have you advance. I realize our cannons have been firing kind of whatever they want. We've been taking good targets, thankfully. Alright, Eltharion taking a little bit of damage just because the rattling guns are firing on him. Heals, dropping the rattling guns, you get back up in the air. Where's their lord at? You can stop moving, sir. Capturing you is not really the point. Catch them, let's throw the fiery Phoenix on through here. They're trying to get flanking attacks, it's just not working. Alright, Knights of Torgavall, come on in after these Storm Vermin. They think they're tough. Those guys have halberds? Yeah, maybe not then. Let's go for the Plague Bugs. He can try to chase out of the Halberdier. Halberdier boys. That's a squad of rattling guns dealt with. We'll bring you in to do the same. Knights of Torgavall, just go ahead and land in here. We'll drop the heals on the whole group. Beautiful stuff. They are taking a ton of damage. Oh, they've got the assassin in behind here. Alright, he's fighting him some Dawi. Fair enough. Get there and save our allies there. Love that the Doom Wheel came back. Try to fight Eltharion. Heal yourself up twice. Let's drop heals back at our front line here. I love the attempted summon. The Sentinels can handle you. I don't know if you know this. The Assassin got a few kills. Not thrilled with, but we should be able to just drop him with a quick Spirit Leash if I can target it correctly, and then I'll drop Melkoth's too just for the extra damage. It's poor health. Get him, Knights. Show him you're not scared of no weak halberds. If I remember right, the Knights of Torgavall for quite some time have been a very, very bad unit, so we'll see if we can make them useful here. And I do realize we don't have... I think we had a single unit back in the prison, but it's not giving us the buff, so we'll have to go check to see if we actually have anyone over there. I'll gather up the rest of these 4 rats, and I'll catch you in a moment. Alright, that went even better than I expected. 56 of our own falling. We did lose one of our cannons to the assassin managed to sneak around back, which was a pretty good move out of them, so I am not so upset at all. We'll go ahead and take the replenishment, especially this deep in enemy territory.
Prince Eltharion.
Okay, and now we're out of luck in terms of actually... We could fall back into the Bone Gulch, which I think we should. And we can go up to the Fortress of Vorag here next turn.
Do not tarry.
If we get ambushed, we can handle it. It's just going to be a sketchy one. See if there's anything else we can add to Gyra, who's an advisor to the king, is 12% more income.
My powers are yours to command.
Has to go on a lord. It's a little bit unfortunate.
High Elven Archmage. Must.
Little Lillian is moving through our territories. We'll give her the advisor to the king. Enables poison attacks. Razor Standard. She's the one that's moving back through to the Badlands, so we're going to give her again as Golden Hounds. Go ahead and give Yennefer Quartermaster for that upkeep reduction. We'll max that out, go through the healing after. Zakona, we're going to give you, since you're just going to hang it out, Elite's Blessing or Specialist. Let's grab Specialist here, since she is pretty much just an income hero. Gyarahus. You were a Deadeye. We definitely need to get you up on a dragon. Oh, she gets to go all the way up to a Star Dragon. Anything else we can give you to make your army scary? We get the Rampager Standard, the Razor Standard. And then the Herbalist is to give you... if she gets wounded, it takes her longer to come back. It's not good medicine, I'll tell you that much. And that's about as far as we can boost her.
By the gods.
This army is just a nightmare-looking scenario to deal with. Also, thankfully, they have a plague, and since they're not Clan Pestilence, they're dealing with that leadership drop. 44 on these Rattling Guns is pretty rough. It's just these Hellpit Abominations that are bothering me here. They're so dangerous. Alright, so let's go ahead and just drop the Razor Standard on someone that already doesn't have all that much damage, so perhaps the Keepers of the Flame bumps them up to 44. Then the Standard of Discipline we'll just put on one of our 2 nobles, and we'll go ahead and surround them. If more rats show up, we will need to retreat, but for now we hold the line. It appears that he's no longer giving us his buff. Does that only last for a certain number of turns?
Celebration would be wanted.
Yeah, it must. He is no longer giving us that buff anymore. Alright, well, we got 15,000 gold. Go ahead and drop some walls here in Spike Peak. Honestly, Spike Peak's probably one we could give over to Imric to kind of further that confederation. Lillian, let's go ahead and bring you Morgheim. Let's come through Dev Gorge. I'd love to see the north is completely secured. We get the increased walls here at Agru McDowell, which I think would be a really good idea. And then we can slot in just control and more income. Not having constant rebellions there is going to be a pretty big boon. Alrighty, Yennefer, time for you to go ahead and claim you a Skull Island. Or just a mysterious one. Go ahead and take some shiny boots and fresh recruits, giving us some favorable wins, 25% more movement, and 1,500 treasury. Yep, that is so many of Sigvald's men. I really don't want to mess with that.
High Elven Archmage.
We can kind of sneak around and go after one of their main settlements. There is no telling how elite they are right now. Same thing with Valkia. She's probably got several armies just kind of running around over here. Well, I am still tempted to go after some of Sigvald's territory, so let's kind of scoot along the coast here with Yennefer and see what we can see. Oh, we're stuck in the... I thought we could go through here. He's taking attrition because they have no money. They are so poor, they're taking attrition. Couldn't be me. Warded walls are great, but not necessary. Is there anything we can really build through the... There we go. Albion has a better plaza. The colonnade. Absolutely. Brad Tomlin can be upgraded here. Yeah, it could be. We don't have a lot of others. So we'll just go ahead and upgrade Sunken Kernark. Then probably Brad Tomlin as well. We get walls in on all these mountainous settlements here. Let's upgrade the growth here, and that looks good. Zenoria hasn't been moved. Can you steal in technology? The answer is no.
Moving.
How scary are these armies looking?
I am Slanesh's sire.
I mean, the Elves Warriors and Demonettes together is scary enough. I've seen a couple of sparring champs too. Never a good sign.
Unleash me.
Unleash me. You're making us maximum gold where you're at, though.
The Ethwa answers to me.
Looks like Karak Kadren is deciding that the Elgir are an issue. So Elgi versus Dawi, great. Alright, Karak Kadren is probably the most manageable Dawi hold for us to go after, since they're all going to have no armor and be pretty susceptible to being shot up. Don't really like, though, that we're now at war with the dwarves, so let's try to not be. How good, we've got ourselves a plague from the Skaven. I think it was only a matter of time. The Skaven plague is pretty rough. Right, you need to kind of sail along the coast. Before you do, though, let's use Zenoria as... I definitely want more research rate. Let's use her as a scout, though.
The winds are
We'll steal tech from you there, Chant Vesterhot. 100% chance.
Yes.
Steal technology times 2. We'll want to get more next time.
Destruction for all.
And making them mad seems to be a good idea. Okay, so Yennefer, we'll bring you, since there is a gigantic army here. We'll just keep sailing up the coast. I think the plan is going to be striking at the Fortress of the Damned. And then we'll try to build up another army over here. I think there's so much land between. It'll be interesting to see what they do. There's so much water, I guess, between. Got pretty good walls across the board here, which means we'll grab the warded ones here. That way we've got all the upgrades. I want to see our economy even out a little bit more before I go for another army. Well, Lillian, let's get you moving. I guess we're going to have you be our invasion of Clan Scryer. I mean, the war is going to go on forever, but Clan Scryer is our long campaign victory. Break that colonnade, and then we'll have, looks like they are hanging out, which is perfect. Eltharion's plague is not great, but we can go ahead and conquer Fortress of Vorag. Depending on how many rats are in here. Let's see. Perfect, that's exactly what we needed. We also need to fight this one so we lose less Dawi and Elgi. Now we're playing the Dawi so much. Elgi? Okay. So very similar strategy we're going to take this time. We always come and strike from over here. We'll start deployment. Keep all the rats blobbed up in this position and a few of them down here, which is very good. So we'll go ahead and have you two set up behind this rock. Skyhawks will be defending our cannons. And they'll do a very good job of it, too. Hold them all over. Cannon! Jawi. Alright, we'll have the Skyhawks turned around with J, and then just scoot them back to where they were, so they're defending the Dawi allies there. A few we do have. Yeah, make use of them while we can, because Kadar Kadrin's going to be running them on us before too long here. Alright, then we'll go ahead and grab the Sentinels for the outskirts. Spire Guard. Make our checkerboard here. Grab all these lads and pull them back. Not too far. About here. Sounds good. Alrighty then. We'll do the Faith Bearers defending this flank. For now, we'll have Caval here, so you can drop heals on either side. And then we'll have Eltharion catch that tower. This is tower shots. Arcane Phoenix, good to stop. Skaven summoning nonsense. We can send the Knights of Torqueval with Papa. Gotta give them some screen time. Infantry, Sentinels, which we're gonna put the cannons with, and then Reavers. Alright, so 6 minutes below summons. We'll try to keep count. There's a high likelihood that I'm going to lose count. We'll get it like this, so it's a little bit more of a compact formation. Pull these guys a little ways apart, that way they're not tripping on each other's ankles. There we go. Should be a horrifying layer of fire for the Skaven there. Let's do it. Eltharion, just go clobber the guys on top of the... Well, let's not. I'm gonna use the cannons to knock down the walls. So let's not trust it. I'm thinking friendly fire from... Alright, you guys run them down. We'll have him just turn and go after this group. Drop the rocks on him from the skies. Watching to see if any of the circles appear. Oh yeah, Rock Slide is super effective. Launch the Phoenix through. And we may be done with this one before breakfast. The Overcast was definitely not needed. But give them the heals. In fact, more damage too. Oh, there's our summon. Oh, they're going after our Reavers. That's actually the most clever idea I've seen. The amount of friendly fire they'll take is going to be pretty extreme. Well done, cannons. Let's go ahead and knock a hole in the wall right here. As the Knights of Torqueval just feast. Oh, we can just keep dropping heals on them too. That's that group of Skaven running. Where's your next summon, rats? Bring the Reavers back. We lost 3 of them, which is acceptable. Get all acceptable losses. We'll send in the Phoenix. There we go. That's exactly what we want to see. Our Normie infantry. Cavalry turn. Drop the heals for everyone here. Wigio stick. Let's go ahead and pull the Knights through after some of the other clan rats. We'll let Eltharion hold the line. Arcane Forging is good against a single character. Fair enough. Phoenix, come back over here. I've got a very specific plan for you. Stand right there. Trust me. Yoink. Oh no! Skaven barbecue. Get back here, Caval. Charge right back in. Eltharion come on back over as well. They're going for the Midas below summon on top of him. You catch them and then we'll have you drop the fire on their heads. Alright, so come back over here with all these infantry being clowns. And we torch them. Alright, see what's going on back at the front, the main line here. I think there's someone trying to summon the Midas below on top of Eltharion to slow him down. That is now the only strategy. Alright, Arcane Phoenix, come on back over. Taking a little bit of damage. They don't have the most armor. Pull in on those confident Knight Runners. They're only confident because Eltharion hasn't arrived yet. Alright, cannons, keep knocking down chunks of gate. Not that we really need our units to come on in. Let's actually have the longest range guys walk into here. And the Athel Faith Bearers can defend them. Meanwhile, let's throw more Phoenix through. Our ROR Arcane Phoenix doesn't have the best time.
I fight for Yvresse.
That's the summoned unit. Fair enough. We can't really use that on them. That'd be a big old waste. Just our flyers are handling this by themselves. What else y'all got? As we kill some of our own elves to friendly fire. Those are Night Runners. Not for long they're not, but for a second they were Night Runners. Heal yourself up. Okay, they're going back for these guys again. Fair enough. And honestly, my Illyrian Reavers I consider to be extremely expendable, so good on ya. Hey, you guys turn and defend. The chickens descend, explode several rats, and there's the victory. Went about as well as we could have expected.
The Grim Warden rises.
Scamper, come back, he says. Have you met my friend Moltres? Well, we have now. Alright, we'll end the battle there. Alright, we'll fall into fighting. Siege of the Fortress of Vorag goes very well for us. We'll go ahead and loot and occupy. Exactly. We do what we want. Got ourselves a Shrieking Blade, and the force receives a plague because of Eltharion, which is great, but well, we will attrition down. Looks like lose about 9 guys a turn, which is rough, but if we just kind of hang out, it shouldn't be that big a deal. Also, Caval, we will give you... How many points do you have left? 5? Let's go with that final point into Harmonic Convergence. We've really just used him as a wall. He's done a very good job of it.
My life for Tor.
Let's repair all the buildings we damaged here, which are pretty decent. Oh, really? Plague immunity extra duration? Sounds good to me.
King and country.
We can just allow her to keep sieging them down. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to the auto-resolve.
Asur to battle.
Yes, that's right. That's a lot of rats. A lot of elite ones, too. Great Eagle for Gyrahus, and now Gilgalion is on a bodied Thamar steed.
Lady of the Phoenix Court.
We also have one here. Anurel's tomb. The monolith beneath which the fabled elven explorer Anurel is said to be entombed also contains a navigation stone of untold value. 5% movement for all armies. 4 influence per turn and 20 diplomatic relations with high elves.
Orders.
Pretty excellent. Gives you the Spirit of Assyria now since you're on an eagle. It'll give you extra zoomies. And then from there, you have plenty of militia, do you not? Surprisingly, no. Eltharion Seaguard, she does have those. Let's go ahead and upgrade those. Oh, you can upgrade them with Militia Master. Oh, and Bowmaster. Interesting. So you're able to double up there? Sounds good to me. These guys are at 31 attack, 48 defense. They just don't have those shields. 198 range.
Princess of the Asur.
Listen. They're elite archers. It's the only thing we're allowed to have. Battler of the Ages is an absolute 15% more weapon strength with fight against the Skaven. The Dial. We'll go for probably earthing so he's not exploding as often.
Can I offer assistance?
I haven't seen him really miscast at all, but we really don't want it to happen at all. Not even once. Let's go Valor Mages for you two.
It shall be done.
Sweet, she will be replenished in a single turn, and we can kind of keep on moving. Ash Ridge Mountains are the last things that are involved in this province. We shall get there. Land Rictus shall burn. Alright, let's go ahead and pull our... What's this to upgrade the Phoenix Gate? Not today. Desolation of Nagash, and over here at Spike Peak. Spike Peak was the one I was tempted to give over to them. Let's go ahead and pull up in diplomacy, and then take a look at some of our outpost options here. We could upgrade the one at Yaditane. Let's go for the upgraded Calador outpost. We can come on down to do the same with Rockgar, go for the Golden Tower. Alright, sweet. Missions for Caligor, hunting down Trab or Micah. We'll hunt down Trab, it gives us a little bit more. Alright, outpost building on up. Do we have any other builds we can do? Answer is no. How about heroes? So 3 Lore Masters of Hoeth, 2 more nobles, and 3 more mages. Let's see, we can recruit nobles in quite a few places right now. But they're all kind of in strange areas too. So not here at Grunty-Mingle. Oh, yes, we can. Can we recruit nobles everywhere because of Eltharion? Psych, no. So back at Gulbaraz is as far over as we can go. And that works for me. So we've got the Crushing Howden. Extra weapon strength for the whole army and charge bonus too. The Hound Izual. Melee defense. Or the Percussive. I prefer it be someone that intolerable. I mean, this is fine. 5 attack and defense for most of our soldiers. I mean, that's just a good thing to have, is it not? Go ahead and spend some of our influence. We'll wait till next turn to see if there's a better pool of lads. Okay, so back in Ulthuan then, we can go up to Yvresse, grab Lore Masters, Mages, and all the like. So let's see here. That's the same kind of guys. So what about our Lore Masters? The Medic, so he's got 10% replenishment for that army, and then regeneration, growth, and then widely known. Well, let's grab the growth lad and the medic.
What do you seek?
knowledge.
Lawmaster
Welcome, the two of you.
Warden
We'll go ahead and
of
give you
Suffering.
training and spread control. Then Shim's Burning Gaze. Same thing here. 2 training, 2 control, Burning Gaze. Give you some items too, if we have any. Trickster's Pendant sounds good, and then a Relic Sword. No other in terms of ancillaries, and then we can give
Knowledge
you
awaits.
Scroll of Leeching, and then the Blade of Darting Steel. Okay, and then here at Trillenia, see about getting a mage. We can't quite afford, but there are so many mage options. Entrepreneur sounds good. Any of them that are just going to keep boosting up our income from buildings? 15% is pretty silly. Alright, so let's go take a look at Yennefer. She's already... No, she hasn't. Yes, she has. I looked at our magic over here. Good old witch site. Alright, cool. Kona's our last hero that has been moved. Let's keep you wiggling. Back up to Yennefer, and that'll be our turn. Alright, the turn is ours. Lillian is now a supervisor. Johan was discovered ambushing. We got a new outpost going for the Wood Elves, which is perfect. Alright, Yennefer, up the coast. I love that Corone is annihilated. Oh, they dealt with the Norskins. Alright, it looks like the Fortress of the Damned is completely uninhabited.
Full sail. Sail on.
Beautiful. So this Blitz of ours actually might manage to work out quite well.
I call thee.
It's going to be a tough battle, but we've got the Arcane...
Student
No, we've got the
of
Star Dragon.
Focus.
Star and Moon Dragon together should delete 2 blobs of... Well, yeah, 1 blob of any of the Chosen each, so... Not really all that worried here. Oh, beautiful. Tormund can get some nice upgrades. That also means... In terms of research, how many have we unlocked? We've got the cultural advancements now. We're going for those mounted horn blowers at the moment. Let's go ahead and swap over to the cultural advancements. Yes, yes. Already got marble going in, and this one has the Black Citadel of Onlek. Narian himself once set up on the throne at Tor Onlek, making the city a focal point of the Sur defenses. That was kind of like the beginning of the end for, or I guess the beginning of the end for the Elves' Golden Age. Well, really, it could use walls. We'll go ahead and pop those in now. Income from ports. Income from trade tariffs. Let's fix control, because it looks like we're going to have a rebellion here in a few turns. Wolf Assyrian just helps out with a corruption. So we'll just not upgrade that just yet.
Giran protects me.
Giran protects me. Let's go ahead and bring you up to the Shrine of Cain there, sir. You're the one that is
Warden
a
of
medic.
Suffering.
You would be perfect in Yennefer's army. You're another one we might raise up here.
Servant of the
This
tower.
lad is the fecund, so he's good at making growth happen. So we should probably bring him up to Torquoriwali,
Lawmaster of Hoeth. Forward then.
and we'll have him just kind of hang out here. Forward, men. Indication of Vol is still up and ready to go. It would have been really nice for that last siege. Eltharion, can you reach the Ash Rage Mountains?
Only service.
Trav's gonna start trying to take settlements from behind us.
I serve the Phoenix King. Allow
Glorious to
me.
hear.
Preparing camp.
We'll encamp and we'll come through the fortress. Normally you would want to leave Skaven behind you, but these guys don't tend to do any fighting. They just stay back behind.
Brook
Eltharion, let's go ahead and come after. I love that you're starting to use Storm Vermin. That is perfect. Won't save you, but
expects.
we'll go ahead and move on in now. Alright, nothing here.
Tor Yvresse demands our sacrifice.
Brute rank, Vol's Hammer, extra armor. So nothing that'll actually help us in the fight for the Ash Ridge Mountains. We'll just go ahead and wipe that out. Glad that Imric is just barely close enough to not help. We'll loot and occupy this as well for that replenishment. Our way to kind of counteract the Skaven Plague. Alright, Plate of Bones is secured. For a time. We'll banish that Skaven corruption. We're gonna put in some walls here at the Ash Ridge, and we'll see if we get to retain the Bone Gulch. Yeah, as much as I'd like to go for the upgrade at the fortress. Ooh, you know what? This is a good one for those archers, the ones that catch people on fire. Take these archers on out and grab us the talons of Coletta. Coletta. They can apply that fire weakness to everyone they're firing on. Alright, Lillian attritioning. How'd you lose a unit? We just not get her all maxed out? Let's go ahead and give her some of Regara's pride then. Oh, Thorak got Gorgazon before we could. Alright, so we'll bring you up to Grunty Mingle for the easiest way out onto the sea.
A new fortress of magic.
Noble Izual, who is honed. Oh, yes. We'll take a third noble. You were actually more of a control-based noble, so you can come on out and hang out then.
On to adventure.
Perfect. We'll have Izual come on in, since he's going to buff up the troops' melee attack and defense.
I see the winds.
29-49 for main normal spears. Sounds perfect to me. The Noria. Go ahead and give you better corruption cleansing.
By the white
Oh, I
tower.
probably should have gone for specialist. She's not who I thought she was.
True magic.
Eltharion servant.
Alright, Sakona, you hang out here if she's idle for a few turns, and if we have the right buildings, she should gain Poisoner as well, which would be quite nice. Skip through here. I wouldn't mind upgrading the Tunnel Watchmen. A trained force of watchmen scour the tunnels beneath the city, staying alert to any sign of the filthy creatures that might call these hollows home. Indeed.
Speak plainly, and only of matters.
Hello, Kroggar. He wants to trade now, finally, after 108 positive relations. How about you give me 700 gold? Daisy will even give even more. Alright then. 900. 950. That'll do. Benefits are clear for all, yes. I sing praise in the praise of total war. Well, of course you do. We'll get a couple of those guys. Extra income from trade tariffs now, and a sheaf of elven architectural manuscripts dating from the reign of Caladriel have been discovered by your spies in the old world. The detailed techniques long forgotten, espousing principles so old as to be new again. As a result, building costs have decreased faction-wide by 15%. Sounds good to me. How long does the Skaven plague last? Good grief. Well, I know we'll suffer attrition, but how long?
Yvresse's guardian.
Ooh, 3 more turns, okay. Well, that means we'll just gotta hang out in the Ash Ridge Mountains.
Prince Eltharion.
We'll pop in the Promenade and the Forces of Vorag.
Lady of the Phoenix Court.
We'll have you advance. Milady. And here into the cultural advancements. Oh, we actually have to move through them the whole way. All sea regions are made visible to your faction, or extra campaign movement range. Those are both beautiful. Let's go the Waystone Network first, and we'll swap back over to the other one.
Never.
Oh, I know Eltharion hasn't been moved. He's chilling.
Not enough warmth.
We've got several armies kind of hanging out over there, ready to perhaps move in on us. Hopefully Rubiness decides to stick around and support. We'll see very quickly if she chooses not to. Upgrade the Bitter Bay here.
The vortex calls.
Keep moving then.
Study here.
I will study here. The French are doing some damage to the Skaven over there, just not as much as we'd like to see. Colonnade upgrade, and then the Temple of Assyrian, I'm still gonna hold off on. Grab some more heroes. Vigalo the Frugal. 20% more ammunition sounds awesome. We've got another medic. We've got a resilient with 15% ward save, or a healer. So the medic's just an upgraded version of the healer. Fortuitous. I just want another entrepreneur.
What do you require?
Use them as economy boosters. Yvresse is no longer our highest. Well, I guess it's competing with Albion and the Southern Badlands for highest income producing.
I hear the Kadaf. Listening.
Something like that sounds perfect. Ignore the upgrades of Nagaroth, and we'll go for the Promenade here. So +5 on the control. That is still so low.
What do you require? I await your
Ramir, son of Eltharion.
forward at once.
Bring you over here. Increase control of Galbaraz.
High Elven Arch.
It's already making us a ton of gold, and they weren't even very happy. Alright, the 2,400 positive is making me feel a lot better about building up another army. Which I think we'll probably be doing maybe over here in the Forces of Vorag to help keep pushing out against the Skaven.
The Warden.
In fact, let's go ahead and get ourselves a Lord ready to go. The Exemplar. The Strong. Or the Brisk. More ammunition. Resilient Ladder, Respectful. Or we get some of the I think we'll just go for an Archmage. They perform very well against the Skaven, and I'm thinking we'll grab this time an Archmage of... We've already got one. Which ones do we have right now? So she's a princess.
Can I offer assistance?
Yennefer is of Heavens. Lillian is of... Metal. Okay, so let's go for one of Fire. Either Fire or Death. Let's see. Which has the better? So we got Yorian the Administrator. Astakar the Conductor. Targeting range plus 25%. You ran his Thunderbolt upgraded. Did you just have this as a bound spell? Or the Resistant? Okay, well what Death Mages do we have here? At least the Limber. 30% speed is pretty hilarious. Incendiary is fun, but they just don't do all that much damage, so... You don't really want them in melee the entire time. So yeah, we'll go for Fire Mage. I think Astakar the Conductor is awesome. 25% more range for our spells.
High Elven Arch.
He's expensive. We'll go ahead and give you some Avalornian troops. Maybe. Can't get anything from you yet. Doom Seekers would be so awesome. In fact, so much so. Do you have the Thunder Barge before I decide Doom Seekers is the way to go here? Alright, so we'll get two Doom Seekers to be her kind of front line. And then I think if we combine those with Treemen, there's really nothing anyone's going to be able to do against that squad. We'll have other Spearmen, other Archers. Just have it kind of be a normal Elven army besides that.
High Elven
Going up by 1,000. 1,198. So in that case, we'll just take them off and go for some archers. So instead of 1,198, it's 1,160 for 3 more units than just 1.
Althorn Princess.
Noria, you will have you keep moving on towards the Fortress of the Damned so we know what's going on.
Winds guide me.
And Yennefer, I think we'll have her
Magic
attack.
in purest form.
Slanesh, V. Yeah, it's no problem. They've got no range whatsoever. So we can just kind of sit behind the walls and blast them to bits.
Teclis' command.
Teclis' command. Alright, who's at war with you there?
Do not test
No
me,
one.
repellent fool.
Well then, let's just go ahead and invade Chaos.
I bring Azurian's fire.
We declare war. I'm not going to call on our allies. Let's see how many join us. None.
Annihilate them. Even the
Oh,
Lord
Fartmort
Master
Shadow
calls.
Call.
Strike them down.
What is happening
In
here?
the White Tower's name.
Yennefer? Why aren't you able to...
Fall
They
to
put
my
this
power.
mage here so we can't come ashore. Look at that. That's some sneaky,
Fury of the wind.
maneuvers there. There, there's nothing really I can do about it now.
Our superiority
Well, that's
is
lame.
assured.
It would be. They didn't use this hero as a blocker.
Yes.
Well, that is a little bit of a lackluster start to our war. Okay, well, we've got a whole bunch of brand new mages all built up. Go ahead and end the turn then. Alright, the turn is getting ours. I had to run to the restroom real quick. I thought I had my vitamin with breakfast this morning. Never take certain vitamins without eating some food first. You learn the hard way. So, after recovering from being sick for a moment, Clan Scryer's gone. And that means, do we just win the game? Yeah, that's a long victory. Oh no, we have to take down 70 settlements. Alright, we're on it. So our crusade against Rictus can continue. But as soon as we've claimed long victory, I'm going to go ahead and call that a win for the entire campaign.
Yvresse.
Bad plan, Steve.
4 artillery pieces. Well, it's Invocation of the Syrian. We know we can handle this number of Skaven. Skaven corruption's down to half what it was, so they should only have around 3 or 4, maybe, menace below summons, naturally.
Malfunction.
Our guys being down as much health as they are is not great.
Assure sorcerer.
Let's first go after Ruin's End here.
King.
See if the Skaven have responded. Oh, they started to get Cheery Flesh on in. We'll go ahead and finish him off.
So we fight.
He is now a pile of flesh instead of Cheery.
Spoils for the Asur.
Seasoned Campaigner for you. That's perfect. She's got a Griffin, so she's even scarier.
Ready to
The upgrades are coming on pretty quickly now. Go ahead and tear out the cavalry building. Looks like now we are up against Nurgle as well. So I think trying to stay out of war with Nurgle for the time being is going to be important while we finish off Rictus. Looks like Karazakrak's cutting Rictus in half, which is perfect. So we just need to get up here to grab the Black Fortress. And that should be the last of their really strong settlements. They can get up to pretty good units even in minor ones, but...
Eltharion.
Eltharion, I do think we can handle this. How much range do these things have?
Curses.
400. He is a Warlock Master. But he's one on the ground, so I can just send Eltharion after him. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a rough one, but let's take it.
No glory.
Pyrrhic Victory, it says we'll lose most of our units. I think we have a chance of losing a few. Especially if these Plague Claws get in. We still have 4 summons of Menace below, so it's about what I expected. Alright, we'll go ahead and hit that with a quick save, and I will pick up the next episode here with another fight against Clan Rictus. This time, a little bit of a scarier force. Got some actual Storm Vermin and some Plague Censer, or Plague Monk Censer Bearers, which should be fun. And this should be, yet another aggressive. Oh, I guess they get 3 additional too, huh? Is it telling us they're going to get 4 plus 3, or is that they're just using food to get an additional one? Puzzles abound. Either way, I'm out of time for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by today's Eltharion the Grim campaign. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub throne. I'll see you on the next one.